Hello, I'm Cindy Coltman. I'm Program Director for Women Win.
Hello, I'm Carmen Matthijssen from SERA in Belgium.
Hi, I'm Juliet Prager. I'm from the Joseph Rowntree Charitable Trust, but I'm also the chair of the European Programme on Integration and Migration, EPIM.
I'm Massimo Infunti and I'm coordinating YEP in Torino Mirafiori.
Okay, good morning, my name is Eric Nijland. I work with HIVOS. HIVOS is the Humanistic Institute for developing countries.
My name is Manuel Colares Pereira. My organization is Sun Aid.
So my name is Jana Hainsworth and I'm Secretary General of EUROCHILD.
Women Win's a young organization. We support and we advocate for young girls and women playing sport as a strategy for empowering themselves and learning about their rights. And right now we are supporting over 20 organizations and fellows in 15 countries, and more than 5,000 girls are playing football, running, boxing, and they're doing three things. They're building their leadership skills, and they're increasing their information to access to information, particularly about reproductive health, about their rights, about if it's a place where there's violence against women, about that is not normal, and they are increasing that access to public space and learning it from other girls. And the third thing they're doing is if they're in a place where sport is not culturally accepted for girls to be playing, or if football is meant for the boys, and they're out there taking space and they're breaking gender stereotypes in the community.
SERA is a cooperation with about 400,000 members. So about 1 out of 20 Belgians is a member of SERA. And through a participatory structure they decide in what domains SERA invests. And one of the domains, the one I am responsible for, is poverty and social exclusion. In that domain we invest mainly in Belgium itself, because also in Belgium we have about 10 to 50% of people living in poverty, so about 1 million of people living in poverty. And what is very special about the SERA approach is that we always aim at durability. So we start projects with a big advisory panel where we bring together policymakers, practitioners, researchers and the target group themselves, so people in poverty. So I think that is one of the strengths of SERA, that we never do just small investments just now for one group, but we try to work in a structural way.
EPIM is a collaborative experiment really between foundations. There are 11 foundations involved at the moment. We've all come together because we're really concerned about migration in Europe. And so what we felt was that the voluntary and community sector, the NGO sector, really needed much more capacity to do what it needs to do, both to connect with the grassroots, bringing in the voice of migrants and the voice of ordinary citizens of the UK, and linking that to national and then to European policy makers, and then linking the European policies through to national and back to the grassroots. There's a whole range of groups that we fund. We're funding some national projects and some pan-European projects, and they're all different. We've got 3 strands. We work on undocumented migrants, the voice of migrants, and the media. But the key thing is that we don't just give the money to the groups, we then bring them together in workshops and we're developing their capacity. We are helping them to meet with each other to build a really strong network, and we're giving them skills in fundraising because we won't be there forever.
YEP stands for Youth Empowerment Partnership Program. That is to say, we try to empower and to make partnership in the territory we are working. We are working in communities where there are fewer opportunities for young people. The basic point is that we don't know what to do for them. It's them who know what they need. We simply help them to develop a plan for their territory. I'm working in Mirafiori, which is this district in Torino. We have been working with this group of young people and organizations working together. This is the other key point, making people work together. And this plan, for example, had 2 important outcomes. One is this one, the incubator. We help young people to develop entrepreneurial ideas. Another interesting project is the community television. That is to say, we teach to young people to shoot with a camera, to make an interview, to make a program, to decide a format, and they are professionalized in a sense, and in the other sense they inform about what is going on in the district, what they care about.
Based in the Netherlands, we have annual program of about 100 million euros. We support basically civil society organizations in about 35 countries worldwide, in Africa, Asia and Latin America. We support about 800 organizations with grants and also with credit. This display here is about sustainable economic development, because we think that in these times, with all the crises which are coming at us, we need to invest more in sustainable economic development, in green development, ensuring that we don't harm the planet. Well, we have, for instance, a climate fund, so people can invest in small renewable energy projects. For instance, if you go for a holiday and you travel by plane and you want to compensate your carbon emission, you can donate those funds to our climate fund, and we will invest it in sustainable energy projects in the south.
Our idea is that if one wants to really do something substantial for poverty, one must create conditions to break people out of their poverty situation and get them out of the survival mode. So what we want to do is to, in the end, is to provide people with basic energy for cooking, for water, and some electricity, so that people can now do something at night, have more time. So we propose to bring these technologies to people in a package we call the Sun Kit. And this package, we don't want to give this away, we want to sell it. So we bring it together with a microfinance scheme, microcredit or any other way that people will pay for this. Now, where the money comes from? Well, if you see in many of these very poor, very rural areas and poor areas in the world, people have some money to buy, for instance, batteries for their radios or for their lamps. This kind of money, after 1 year or 1 year and a half, is enough to pay back a loan. So that's the concept.
We are looking at child poverty in its widest sense. Although we recognise that it's a real issue of low levels of income, but poverty touches children in many other ways, and we're looking particularly at well-being in schools, with peers. So as an umbrella network, we're focused on really empowering and building the capacity of our member organisations to deliver the services to children and families, but also, very importantly, to be influencing policy. So we have a strong advocacy role. Our objective is about changing minds, changing policies, and systematic system change in the member states about how they deal with issues of poverty and inequality, and how they view children and their ability to participate in society.